how to make serious money in Instagram DMs. Now, if you're anyone who sells something via social media, preferably a high ticket service, this is so relevant because if you look, this was just a little bit ago. I'm using it because it's the best conversation that I've had to be able to explain this. I know you guys have been asking me for this video in the comments. So, this was a $20,000 deal, 5K, 5K, and performance deal. That's how I do all of my deals. So let's go through it, guys. Four parts to this content nurturing, just to make sure that they're actually primed for a good conversation. Because if you have them primed for a good conversation, it's going to be so much better. Because if you're someone who looks like an authority versus someone who's a loser, you could have the exact same conversation and it's going to have two different results. It's going to have two different results just because of who the people actually are talking. So that's why nurturing before the combo is so important. And let's get into it. So keep in mind, you want to just create normal content that educates and provides immediate value, but that's not what this video is about. Go check out my other videos if you want to learn how to do that in an effective manner. Now, as far as DMs, again, you're only trying to do three specific things. Number one is you're trying to get them to be open minded and problem aware, which basically just gets them to listen and recognize their problem. That's it. So start the conversation with relevance. So as you see right here, Aspen, who's now my client, he's scaled from, um, I believe they were at like 4K a month. Now they're at like 32K a month. They're awesome clients. Love them, Aspen and Ronnie. But this was when I first signed them. So they followed, appreciate the love, man. Are you a closer? Have some one-on-one for it. Immediately started the conversation with relevance because he followed me, which reframed me as the authority. Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate the follow, whatever. Right? It shows genuine interest. And then it also qualifies with a question because they're going to answer that. He says, your funnel's legit. We're just like, appreciate that, bro. And then we go through the conversation and we end up amplifying his problem right here. So, what kind of funnel do you have, bro? Like, what kind of funnel is it? No paid traffic, all organic, cold DM setters, phone setters, closed deal. And then you literally just go, so you're getting all your clients straight from the cold outreach. You're amplifying their problem. If this is their problem, you're making it feel way bigger than it is. Damn, like you're only getting your one-on-one clients straight from cold outreach. And they're like, yeah, man, 100%. Obviously, we're looking to scale everything as well. Probably music to your ears. He knows who I am. So it's obviously better. Now, this voice message right here, I'm literally just telling them exactly how I've helped people deal with this situation in the past. So pure free value. That's it. That's it. Again, the reason that I can do this and the reason that they're asking such good questions is just because of how my frame is from up here. That's how relevant it is. I promise you. And again, sharing similar client story, I like to do that through voice messages because it makes people feel so damn catered to and so damn personalized. It's so important, right? So once you've done this stuff, they're going to end up just wanting to book, but you want to keep going through the conversation. Let's hop on Zoom, see if it's a good fit. I'm free in the late afternoons this week. What's your latest time slot? Blah, blah, blah. Now, I actually was just going deeper into the conversation. You'll see it down here. And all we're doing is we're just taking a consultative approach. We're just saying, okay, what's your problem? Okay, this is how we would fix the problem. Then you just want to give more value. Like just continue giving more value. Show them that you don't really care about the money. You just want to make sure that someone actually grows, et cetera, et cetera. Because all of this is just so giving. And when someone gives to you, you feel no sales resistance towards that person, right? It makes booking a call feel so natural, which is why he said this up here. Okay? That's why. I'm just going way deeper into it. Permission-based progression is fantastic for these conversations because it's like, okay, if he wants to book a call, he has to ask for it, or I have to ask him, yo, man, like, do you want to hop on a call? He's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll send you my booking link. Letting them act like they're in charge when you're really in charge is something fantastic as well. And you're just building the curiosity loop about, oh, yeah, I've helped someone with that, right? You're showing your client story, which is just building their curiosity. Their curiosity is completely increasing. Low pressure invitation. Something I like to use is fantastic. It's something along the lines of this. So a low pressure invitation to this, if I were to just let me drag, let me make a new text box right here. Okay, yeah. So I would say I'm free Wednesday between calls if you want to have a chat. Now, what does this do? What does this do subconsciously? Subconsciously, it makes them feel so much more personalized and so much more important because I'm saying, look, when I'm between my sales calls, we can have a chat. in their mind, I'm not even having a sales call because I'm saying, yeah, I mean, I'll have a chat with you guys when I'm in between the actual calls. In their mind, that is such a low pressure invitation. They're going to immediately book. They're just going to immediately book. Every single time I've done that, it has worked. And again, my setter does it now. And again, just go through this progression. What kind of funnel have you got? You're getting all your clients from cold outreach. These deep dive questions basically figure out where their position is. And you need to know where their position is because if you know where that is, then you get to know where their solution is and you can position you as the solution to that problem. Okay. And if you can do that, you're locked in. Now, phase 3 is the most important. It's just getting them open to being sold. If you can get someone open to being sold and you can prepare them mentally for the call, it's so much easier. All you do, all you do is just set very clear call expectations. Look, bro, when we're chatting, I just want you to know this is something where I'm looking for long-term partnerships. I'm not looking for anything short-term. I want to figure out where you're at in your business, see if you guys have, good hearts and see if ultimately we just have synergy. If we do, then we can figure something out. Make sure you have a pre-call questionnaire that has very important questions that ask them about their position, if they're willing to invest, regardless of if it's with you or not, just willing to invest in general. And most importantly, if they are open-minded to hearing an actual pitch. Because if they are, then it's easy. And build anticipation. So this is in a different video, but after someone books, we're showing them client retreats, we're showing them YouTube testimonials, we're showing them all the stuff that people have worked with me and ended up getting high quality results from. Okay. So that's just building anticipation for those solutions that I'm going to show them on the call. Then you're just going to qualify their commitment level and intention. And then after you book the call, you have to keep the conversation going to frame it as an irresistible opportunity. So in this case, right after he said, "What's your latest time slot?" We went into it a little bit more, and then he said, "If that's the," or I sent him a voice message, basically like, "Look, bro, I'm really picky on who I work with, and if as long as you guys can do X, Y, and Z, then I'm more than happy to just give you guys a link right now over the DMs." He says, "If that's the case, let's get this ball rolling ASAP. I'm not sure if you're busy or how much your program is, but we're ready for sure." I said, "Love it, but I want to know the system y'all need, so I'd want to hear everything first before I send the payment link." Literally, they're saying, "I'm gonna pay you," and I'm saying, "Okay, great," but I'm putting myself as such an authority because there's a lot of the times where people will be like, "Yeah, I'll pay you right now," and then you're like, "Okay, here's the payment link," and they never pay it, and they ghost you. But they're literally saying, "Hey, I want to pay this," and I'm saying, "Look, bro, I'm happy to do that, but I want to know more about you guys so I know you can help me or so I know I can help you." That right there makes such a big psychological connect in their brain of like this person genuinely wants to help my business. I will give them money. We ended up agreeing with these payment details is quite a little bit ago. That's why it's lower than what I charge now. 5K deposit, and then 5K a week later, and then 10K after $100,000 cash collected, 20K total. So that is how I do my deals. Now I'm a bit more expensive, but still half upfront, half performance. And Aspen, 5K. High Ticket Black Book, which is their company name, 5K. And yeah, guys, that is essentially how we run our DM flows. If you want me to Basically, guys, if you want to send me conversations in the DMs and we can do a live video breakthrough of like how I would have had those conversations, or if you guys just want to send me them and I can react to them and tell you what I would have said, I'm happy to do that. The only way I'll do that is if you comment on this video and you're already subscribed and you follow me on Instagram, then you can send me your conversation in the DMs. If you found this helpful and you think that me being in your business would be very, very solution based for you and beneficial, go ahead and book a one-on-one call with me. I'm not looking for customers or clients. I'm looking for long-term people, long-term partnerships where I can be a part of the business and help it grow sustainably. That's why I like getting paid performance as well. So again, it's me or my partner on these calls. We don't have a closer, nothing like that. It's me or my partner. If you don't believe us, book a call, find out. See you guys then.